Let's take you to this now. Tunisian authorities have denied reports that a drone has struck the Global Sumud Flotilla in the North African country's waters. They say the explosion came from inside the vessel. The flotilla was carrying 6 members of the GSF Steering Committee who are all safe. In a statement, the GSF says the boat is sailing under the Portuguese flag and all 6 passengers and crew are safe. It says it was also damaged by fire following the incident, and an investigation has then been launched after that attack. We're now joined by one of the South African delegates, Chief Mandla Mandela, for more. A very good evening to you, sir, and thank you so much for your time. Before we even get into the incident from this morning, where are you now?
I'm in Tunis, in Tunisia, attending the People's General Assembly, which are the meetings that we have with all the participants in the Global Sumud Flotilla.
And let's talk about this morning, right? Because the Tunisian authorities have denied reports that a drone has, struck the Global Sumud Flotilla, but also saying that the explosion came from inside the vessel. And I know you may not have been on board that boat, but what were you told happened?
Well, from the participants and our comrades that have been stationed on the boat, who were actually there when the strike happened, they saw a drone which was hovering from the back of the ship. It passed over their heads at a height of about 4 meters, moved to the front of the boat, where it dropped a bomb, which then led to the fire. But it was quickly dealt with, although there were fire jackets and life-saving jackets that were damaged. After that, it was brought under control. We must also, as the Global Sumud Flotilla, acknowledge where we are and appreciate the support that we have had from the Tunisian government and the people of Tunisia. We have received a warm welcome, unlike we did in Egypt, where the government authorities and the police dealt harshly with our comrades and brothers and sisters that were gathered in the global march to Gaza. Here, we are united as Africans and the global community, set on one goal: to deliver humanitarian aid to Gaza. So we do not want to make this about us as the participants or about the Global Sumud Flotilla. The story is about the Palestinians that have been undergoing a genocide and ethnic cleansing for the past 77 years. And we appeal to all media houses to not use this as a story. The story is about the children that are continuously starved to death. It's about the fathers and brothers that are out on a daily basis looking for food for their families. It's about mothers that are crying endlessly, watching their children perish before their eyes. It's about the nurses and doctors that are not getting any assistance, where medical equipment has depleted, and we are seeing hospitals totally destroyed. So this is what it's about. It's not about us as the participants in the Global Sumud Flotilla.
And as you speak, right, this evening, talking about the developments in Gaza, Israel earlier ordering all Gaza City residents to evacuate ahead of the ground assault, it says. And there's also been developments of the Israeli strikes against Hamas in Doha, which has been widely condemned. And it speaks to the volatility of this situation that has been going on for a long time now.
Absolutely. I mean, this is the manner that the apartheid state of Israel operates. It creates a total shift from the reality. It goes into a Tunisian sovereign port and bombs a humanitarian aid flotilla, and then it goes to Qatar and attacks the sovereign state, so that the media focuses on that and not the reality, which is the plight of the Palestinians in Gaza. And this is why we continuously saying that the focus should not be us, it should be on covering the genocide and the extermination of the Palestinian people.
And quickly, before I let you go, as you heard there, I know you say that the story is indeed, and it's true, it's about the people on the ground who have really had to suffer for a long time now, and with a famine that has now been declared. One would ask, I know that I saw the statement earlier on which was talking about how resolute as a group you remain when it comes to this particular cause, but what do you think awaits you when you get to Gaza eventually?
We cannot look into what will await us in terms of the mindset of the Zionist entity is unpredictable, and we are just set on what our objective is. We are simply looking to break the blockade and end the siege that has been ongoing for the past 18 years and open a humanitarian corridor, allowing humanitarian aid to flow freely into Gaza. We can no longer, as citizens of the globe, sit silently while babies, women, and elderly are being butchered on a daily basis. That is our objective.
All right, thank you so much for your time, and of course we'll continue then to track these developments. Lots of moving parts on this particular story, given the developments in Doha, developments in Gaza City, but of course also looking at some of what happened today, as you heard, on board that Global Sumud Flotilla. That was the South African delegate, Chief Mandla Mandela, on board the Global Sumud Flotilla.